Hello and welcome back to the Black and Gold's review show. Pedro looking lovely and bronzed over there.
Bit of colour.
It's just that lighting coming in, I think.
Seeing the voice on Saturday. In and above the nose is nice and tan, in and below is just shadow.
Wearing an umbrella on your face. No, let's start with Saturday, in fact. 1-0 away defeat to Alloa.
Mm-hmm.
Tough game, how was it?
In the end up, I think it was very tough. The first half, there wasn't a huge amount in it for either teams. It was kind of sticky pitch, it was very dry, it was warm.
Yep.
Obviously the same for both teams, but I think they were used to the pitch a wee bit more than we were. It just seemed to take a funny bounce, weirdly. But again, same for both teams, is what it is. There wasn't a huge amount. I think we kind of matched each other up quite well. They maybe had a couple of chances. We didn't have a huge amount, but it was pretty even. And then come out the second half and
you lose a goal quite quickly, don't you?
51 minutes, I think it was, wasn't it?
So 6 minutes after half time.
Yeah.
Bit of a hammer blow.
I think so. Because it was, again, I think you know me and my memories, Cammy, I'm bang on usually. So if my memory serves me correctly, which it won't, I think it kind of started off pretty even again. Then he started building a wee bit of pressure, literally.
Yep.
Obviously 5-6 minutes in, but again, it come from our mistakes. So, but they capitalise on it. That's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's an uphill battle.
How did you react after losing the goal?
Fits and starts, Cammy. Never done a huge amount.
Never really got any real, even with it being 1-0, like normally 1-0 games last 10 minutes.
Yep.
The team that are behind get a wee bit of momentum and pressure on the goal for the last 10, and generally the team that 1-0 up accept that and kind of just want to defend. Was there any of that, or?
No, not really.
Not really?
I don't think so, Cammy. It's just
He's not have many clear-cut chances, or?
one, I think, shot on target, I think.
Right.
I think Dicko come on and had a good header, but I don't think we created too
just
much
not enough.
more. No, not enough. We didn't look ourselves, in all honesty. We looked, I don't know, like say, we looked knackered, we looked tired. I'm not saying they were tired, but just that's the way it
came across. Hot day and stuff as well.
I know.
Pitches, with Astro, you're again.
The heat's coming up and all,
it's
isn't
brutal. It is. It's not the best weather to play in an Astro turf in the heat. As you say, very dry, sticky, sore on the feet when you're running that fast and that much. It's
again, we're Astro.
I know, so and I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying that it's not. They're no great to play on when they're so dry. I think that wee bit of moisture, dew on it, it moves the ball so much faster. The game ends up quite slow, I think, when it's a dry AstroTurf.
It seems to bobble and all when it's dry instead of just, like say, skip over it when it's got a bit of skid.
So disappointing.
Yeah, obviously disappointing because we spoke about it at half time and stuff. We were not in a position to drop points just now. So unfortunately, again, the good thing is, if there is a good thing, we've got 3 more goes at it to try and pick points up, and we need to start picking them up. So,
what was the message in the changing room? Just be positive. 3 big games, 3 cup finals to go.
It is, and like say, Willie touched on it. Like say, you're playing for contracts. You're playing. If it's no here, it's somewhere else. Ken, you're playing for yourself and all at the end of the day, as well as the club to help us stay up. But the players have got to try and find what they've got left and just lay everything out there. So, but we've got to be positive. What it is, isn't it?
Back at Gallowbank next week, so hopefully bring some positivity. But when you look at the table, again, still well doable to survive and be a successful season at this moment in time. If you survive, it's successful, absolutely is. So again, Annan 33, Inverness 36, Montrose 39, Kelty on 40. Probably they got a win at the weekend, so probably takes them out of it. I think Inverness are the ones that you look at.
Yes, I think they're just been right above us.
And they're the ones that are right directly above you. Again, just going back a week, because we never spoke about the Queen's game.
Yeah.
2-0 defeat at home.
Why
as
didn't
well.
we speak about the Queen's game? Are we on?
I think we had a busy week, Peter.
Something.
Always talking up my tan. No, the Queen's game, obviously a 2-0 defeat at home as well. But by all accounts, first half, Annan were pretty good and probably the better team.
And then even as well, I think, from what a lot of people are saying, weren't they?
And then second half, maybe Queen's just had that little bit of quality, and they're in a good bit of form at this moment as well. So
That was Willie touched on it. Reece Lyon kind of
a big player for them.
Man for them.
Yeah.
I think he kind of run the show in the second half.
I think he is a big player for Queens, and
which I'll be honest, everyone knows.
Yeah.
But has other teams stopped him doing it, or has he just not been on form?
But he seems to, as I said, Queens have certainly picked up at the right time to try and get in that playoff spot. So that was a kind of disappointing one, especially being at Annan. But it was a good crowd, a good day. I think everyone had a decent day. Hospitality was sold out as well, which was great. Generate some money for the club. So, yeah, although the result didn't go the way, I think the day was good. But it's just about now, and the end of the season is just about results. No matter how you get them,
survival.
It is survival mode, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It is, and it's. Well, we'll go into other results first.
Yeah.
So other results, one that I'll speak about first is Arbroath in your league won the league on Saturday, and
Champions.
It's significant for Annan because Annan play them next weekend.
And we had not send their 14s down.
Under 12s, aye.
Fucking give them a good
game. No, but again, we talked about the permutations a few weeks ago that could happen, and I predicted it. So I was saying, hopefully, Arbroath have won and I was working the game on Saturday for Alba, and we touched on that I was from Annan, and Mikael, the presenter, mentioned to me, Annan play Arbroath next week, you'll be hoping. I was
his name Mikael?
That's his name, Mikael, aye. So he was saying, you'll be hoping that they've got their feet up. I was like, flip-flops, hats on,
absolutely,
shades, on the beach. They get the boys on the beach. So
hopefully been on the bevy for a
week. So hopefully the permutation that we spoke about can happen. The only problem, I think, Dumbarton actually look alright at the moment. They've had a couple of shock results and looked decent, scoring goals. But I think Cove, the last home game, it looks as if that's going to happen as well. I think Cove will be secure in the playoffs, which is a big one.
And they'll be back in on
they'll be playing on Tuesday. So listen, they will play absolutely none of their starting 11. If they are secured of their spot and they're playing on the Tuesday night in the playoffs, there's no chance they're playing any of their starting 11. No chance. I mean, they're drafting in their young kids. If they've got young boys, that's what they would do, because you wouldn't take a chance with them getting in the playoffs and having the opportunity of promotion. You would no chance you would take a chance. So these things can all happen. So Arbroath against Steny, they were brilliant. To be fair, I was really impressed. Like, just a squad though.
It's
like
deep.
Oh my God,
good depth.
Guys that come off the bench, like starting guys. The boy Taylor, he scored the second one, brilliant again, really, really good.
Stanton scored.
Sam Stanton, different class, like absolute, at least a championship player for me, like just different level. Like
then our pal Muir,
Aaron, brilliant again. And to be fair, we had their chairman on at half time, and he spoke to me off air and just said like the influence, because they've got young boy Penman, who I really rate, from St Mirren on loan.
Yeah, winger.
No, right back. Yeah, got long throw in, but he's very, very good. I genuinely think he's got a real chance. But he said the difference with bringing Aaron in, that's helped him, because Aaron's always talking, isn't he? Do you know what he's like? So, they were very good on Saturday night. Other results: Queens got a good 2-1 win.
Yeah,
at home.
And again, spoke to folk yesterday, and they said it could have been more. Should have been more.
Again, in good form. Yeah, they're in good form. Kelty, off the back of
couldn't you write that?
Chaza getting sacked.
Didn't see it coming.
Peter. Well, we certainly did when Dumbarton scudded them 6-0.
Which, who's calling that?
That's an incredible result. Incredible, but we're going to miss his long locks on the sideline, aren't we?
I'm sure you'll see him.
You'll bump into him again, that's for sure.
Stuck him at his house.
But they got a good result against Inverness.
That's a massive one.
Aye, because I think that takes them away from it.
Inverness has had good momentum.
Yeah.
So they've been doing well until they came up against the mighty Annan, obviously, at their own patch. But apart from that, they've been doing well.
No, they have.
And it's helped us out massively, although the Kelty one getting away has not been great. But Inverness just being above us is good.
I think if you chose a team to win that is Kelty, and let them go, because you've got to keep somebody close to you, and it's Inverness are the ones at the moment that you're probably, when you're coming off the pitch on Saturday against Arbroath, hopefully with 3 points, you're looking saying, what was Inverness score? That's the one you're looking at. Yes, Montrose potentially can catch them, but still a tall order.
Who's Inverness got this week?
I'm unsure, Peter, actually, who Inverness have got this week.
Are you talking to a fellow?
I'll fill. So other results we've got Aberdeen 2-2 against Rangers on Sunday. I watched most of the match. Rangers get McCausland sent off after 40 minutes. They're 1-0 down, get McCausland sent off, and then they score at just before half time.
Steny away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but Steny need a result as well. So Steny are actually struggling. They're out of form. They need a win. So that's an interesting one.
Do us a favour.
Yeah, could do you a favour. Hopefully.
Sorry, McCausland.
No. So McCausland got sent off after 40, and then Aberdeen go 2-0 up on 44, and you're thinking, and Rangers have pretty much put out not a full reserve team, but rested loads of players.
Rightly so and all.
Totally for Thursday night. And half time, Tavernier had to come on before half time because of an injury. Barry Ferguson probably didn't want that to happen, but then half time, I think Jefty, Hadji, and Dessers, I want to say, all came on. So he knew he had to get some out. He knew he felt as if this could end up probably, you don't want a 4-0 before you go into play Bilbao. But got a good reaction, last minute goal to make it 2 each.
Brilliant goal.
Really
goal was fantastic.
Really good goal.
I'm disappointed Dessers actually hitting the post.
Yeah. Aye.
It was a good breakaway.
He was gutted. You seen an angle where he was like that, and then Hadji's whipped one in the top corner. Rangers' league season's over anyways. It's all about Thursday night for them.
It's just prolonged Celtic winning it though,
it has for another week. Celtic got a good 5-1 victory over Killie on Saturday.
Boys laid down to them.
The Killie boys. Dale just laid down. They got absolutely pumped. So it's Celtic's. I'm pretty sure they'll win it in the next league game.
Yeah.
Some big results over the weekend. This week, looking up, we've got Rangers, obviously, Thursday night. Massive match. They had a brilliant result at home, 0-0 against Bilbao on Thursday night. Backs against the wall, proper sent off early doors.
They're favourites to win now.
Who?
Bilbao. The lot.
The whole thing.
Aye.
It's at their stadium, the final, though, isn't it? So that'll play a part in, I presume, in the bookies. Mm-hmm. I wasn't that impressed by them, to be honest. They were all right. They were good. Don't mean I'm saying all right. They were good, but they weren't like for playing against. And that's maybe taken away from Rangers' performance. But Liam Kelly had 2 good saves during the match, and then obviously the penalty saves. But you're expecting probably a wee bit more playing against 10 men for so long.
Totally.
But it was a big performance to get the 0-0 because it gives them half a chance at going over there.
Just need to nick it in there.
Aye, that's it. And it's going to be backs against the wall again, but can you get that goal in the counter? So
I'll be honest, right? See, with the way that, and I know again, folk will have different opinions and stuff, but the way Barry Ferguson's been since he's been in, I think he's been a revelation.
Do you?
I do. On the whole, yes, he's had some times where they've had some obviously bad results and whatever, but I think he's been fantastic for the club. I think he's been brilliant for the players in the way that he's making them feel the club. If that makes it a bit more passion in it.
So you don't agree with Chris Sutton's comment after the game yesterday, where he says that Barry Ferguson shouldn't be the next Rangers manager because he's just a chest beater?
Do you know what? I maybe do agree. However, at that time, I think they needed him.
Yeah,
I think he's been.
So he's done a good job.
I think he's been done a fantastic.
I think he's done a brilliant job. I do. I think whether it was just whether he is a chest beater, I think he's got more to offer than that. Absolutely has. But I get what Chris Sutton's saying. But they needed that. They needed somebody. Clement had no chest beating at all.
Absolutely.
And for me, that the players looked flat. They looked uninterested, uninspired. Whereas Barry Ferguson's got them. See if they were 2-0 down under Clement at Pittodrie with 10 men. They would have collapsed. They wouldn't even have. Whereas Halo went in that change room at half time and went mental.
Blasted them.
And again, he's rung the changes. He's made them change substitutions. It's worked. He made a big call by dropping Jack Butland, putting Liam Kelly in goals on Thursday night. It worked. So you've got to give him a bit of credit for his tactical knowledge as well. So
plus he's seen it from a fan point of view.
Yeah.
I think. You know what I mean? He's sat and watched Rangers.
Yeah, he's been an ambassador as well recently, so he's seen Clement's reign and where it's went wrong, and probably had his own ideas as well. So, I think he's done a good job. Listen, do I think he'll get the job? Probably not. because I think the new owners will come in and pick their own guy.
At least he's coming out with this looking good.
Oh, amazing! Listen, he'll get a good job off the back of this. Yeah. He will. But I think what's key is Neil McCann and Billy Dodds, his management staff. They're key for him as well, because they're very knowledgeable. I think Barry's got that persona and a management. He carries himself well as a manager, but I think the knowledge, the tactical knowledge in the background, and Neely and Doddsy, he needs them guys alongside him because they work well as a team. So it'll be interesting to see where they go. Other things, we were on holiday, Peter.
I'm not sure if anyone's seen it.
Did anyone see us on holiday? I don't know. There was that.
Some slating for the old basketball.
Everybody I see is, when did you start playing basketball? Honest to God, man.
Fucking cannonball where you try to snap the backboard.
No, you can reach the backboard and you won it. Aye, so anybody that didn't see it, get a watch of it on our social media channels. We had a challenge, a black and gold challenge between me, v Peter.
One a day for 5 days.
One a day for 5 days, different events.
Holiday events.
Absolutely holiday events. First one was the magic carpet.
Yes.
I failed dramatically.
Water carpet.
Water carpet.
He actually busted his toenail. His toenail busted. His big hangnail.
And then the second was it the Grand National?
The second was the Grand National.
Yep.
You smoked on the Grand National.
And number 3, we went for
ping pong.
No, was that not number
penalty
4?
Shootout.
Penalty shootout, number 3. Yes, good old penalty shootout. Ping pong, number 4. Absolutely fucking wrong.
Whitewashed, granted.
And then the basketball challenge that saw it off for Peter for the victory.
And in fairness, it should have went default draw because it was that bad.
We needed to find it out. It was terrible. It was awful. I mean, brutal. Standard was so bad, but we got some amount of views. Over how many?
Over 21,000 for the week.
Over 21,000 views for the week on all our social media.
That's good for us. That's massive.
That's great for us.
That's huge for
so it
for
was
this wee podcast.
It was good that folk were getting involved and leaving us comments and that as well. Was a good bit of banter.
That's what it's about for us.
Great.
Again, we mentioned it the last time we were away. It's just, it gives us something to do during the holiday. Although you're busy with kids and stuff, and
gives us a laugh, though, innit? It was class.
Just occupies you a wee bit and gives the few viewers something to watch.
Hi, few viewers, 21,000. Come on.
We're about 15 of them.
If anyone could get that in as a crowd, they'd be flying, man. So no, thanks for everyone for watching and sticking with us.
Being part of it.
Pretty sure everyone enjoyed them silly wee videos. Let's go to next home game.
Yes,
Arbroath at
home.
Arbroath at home. What do you make of it with them winning the league? Where does your mind go? Because I know what I'm saying out loud. It becomes an easier game, but does it?
We could be thinking the total opposite of what they're thinking. They might come down and go, let's go and do and finish on a high. Just blitz everyone since now to the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Totally get that, but we would love to think that it's done. But they won't want to go out with 3 defeats.
No, absolutely not. No, they won't. But I do believe they'll change their team a lot. I think they'll. But the squad's so strong. We just mentioned that before when we were talking about them when I was watching them, and they've got Callum Gallagher coming off the bench as a striker, scored loads of goals for Airdrie. Their squad's really, really strong. So it's not as if they're just
not
bringing
weakening it by any means.
They're not just kids on the bench. These are guys that have played at good levels. So whether they rotate, which I think they will, and they'll give the guys that maybe haven't as much game time this season, just to give them a feel for it, and you feel a bit more part of it if you've played 2 or 3 more games. So, but I still think it'll be a difficult game.
Oh, absolutely. I think the last time they were down, it was a 4-1, 4-0?
4-0, I think.
And then the last time we were up there,
don't know, but you beat them at the start of the season.
We did, and that's the most important
thing. Yes, you beat them at the start of the season, up there. So again, there is that belief. I know they're a different team, but then their mindset might be different. You're hoping it's slightly off the ball rather than. I mean, listen, it's
sidetracked.
It's definitely a better place to be than them coming down.
Wanting
to win the game, to win the league. Yeah. Absolutely a better place to be in, because they know. I'm not saying they take their foot off the gas, but
they could afford to.
They can take their eye off the ball a little bit. And that sometimes just naturally creeps in as a player, that if you've already done something and won it, it's difficult to get yourself to them high levels that you need to get to if you don't need to get to it. So, Annan, from Annan's perspective, what's the approach?
I think you've got to go into looking at it, this is your final. Every game is like a one-off. Forget about everyone else. It's just a one-off. And I think that's what I would be thinking about if I was a player.
Yep.
One game. And do the same next week and the week after. Because that's, if you start thinking about, we've got 2 more. Fuck the 2 more.
Yep.
Again, you've not got the 2 more. Just go at it.
Play it like it's your last.
It is, and it might well be for some people.
Yep.
You just never know. So I think you just got, from my opinion, I think that's what they've got. Willie's, again, I don't know, he'll assess it through the week and see. I think they had a decent week's training last week. Obviously, we were away.
Yep.
And like I say, we're not into fitness now. We're not needing fitness now with 3 games to go. So it'll be maintaining and keeping boys ticking over and just keeping loose and make sure we're working something. But
a lot of it's in your mind at this time of the season,
isn't it?
Because it's a mental, you're under pressure to get results. So it's mainly about keeping everyone relaxed, keeping everyone focused. As you say, fitness has been and gone. If you're not fit by now, you're not getting fit in the next 3 games. That's for sure. So you are where you are. So it's, I think it is that mental side that you just need to get the message over to. Hopefully, try and get them 3 points on Saturday, and then it starts to build a little bit.
And I think it's probably quite important for the senior players to step in a wee bit as well, and just get around the young boys, because some of them have never been in a situation like this before, and maybe never will. But I think that experience of them being potentially in this situation before, or higher divisions or whatever, played more games and being used to it. So that'll come in and try and normalise things. And then when you come into Saturday, game head on, 1 game, cup final, go and do the business. I think you have to. No,
I totally agree. I think it's normalising big game mentality, as you say, 1 game. This is the game we need to win. Forget that we've even got another 2 games. Just win this 1 game and then go into this changing room and reassess your position of where you're at. Hopefully you walk in 3 points. Inverness have been beat. Your own level points. Here we go. 2 to go.
What actually just show us, think it's a pre-season. This is your first game for the club.
Aye.
Show us what you've got.
Go on, say
I think in the second half when we looked tired toward the end, and it looked like we were, and we kind of mentioned it in the changing room, we looked a wee bit low in confidence. Whether they were or weren't, I don't know. But it looked a wee bit like that, and I thought, just fucking play. Go and express yourself.
Release yourself.
No one's shouting at you to say, don't do this, don't do that. Go and fucking do it. How worse could it be?
Yeah.
You could lose the game 2-0, 3-0. Fuck, you've lost the game at 1, so what difference does it make? Go and express yourself.
Yeah.
You might be the spark that it needs to generate momentum to someone think, fuck, he's going. Fuck, I'm not going to leave him behind. Poof, or follow him. He's going for it. Just go and be that spark that might make the difference. A bit of imagination, a bit of creativity. They're all good players, Cammy.
Yeah, they are. No, I totally agree.
And you just want them to go and enjoy it. Kind of
belief.
Take
you've
the
got
chance.
To believe as well. Like, you've got to believe. And I don't see why they shouldn't believe, because you've pretty much beat every team in the league this season at one point or another. Had a good result against them. So, as I say, reflect back to, I know it's different times, but reflect back to Arbroath beating them away comfortably as well.
Yeah.
That you've done it this season. So, absolutely beat them at home. And then the other teams will take care of themselves when they come around. Dumbarton obviously
beat
after
Dumbarton. We've beat Cove.
Yep. And again,
patch.
It's interesting times ahead. Hopefully a big crowd on Saturday, because this is where they need it. The 2 more home games. Saturday and then Cove, the last game of the season, will be the final 2 home games. So we've
always done well the build up to end of the season, I think. Crowd-wise. Probably better weather helps and all this. So get yourselves doing for a beer. There might be a bit of entertainment in the clubhouse. Me and you.
If they get the 3 points, the Black and Gold podcast will get up and do a wee hit for you, alright? No, I think hopefully will be a good crowd, because it's where the players need that wee bit of extra support and just that buzz about we spoke about atmosphere, gives you that little bit more energy, especially when it's your own fans. So
what would you be saying on Saturday, Cammy?
On Saturday,
if you're a player.
If I'm a player,
yes,
and I'm a senior player, probably just going round all the younger ones and making sure they're relaxed.
You relaxed.
That's you. That's you, senior.
Fucking chilling.
That was you in your self days.
Relax.
No, I think it would just be like
with the gloves on.
With the gloves on. Vaseline on the gloves. Remember I told you that story about Lewis Guy? Do you remember that? So I've got this story. So I'm like,
Where did you play with Lewis Guy at?
No, so I'm playing against Lewis Guy. I'm playing for Kilmarnock and I'm playing against St Mirren. And you know, two teams line up right either side, and then in the referees, and then you go across each other and shake everyone's hand. So I'm lined up like that, looking, waving at everyone in the crowd and that. And you go along, shake the referee's hands into the captain's hands, and I'm going along, and Lewis Guy just smiles at me, put my hand out, shake, Vaseline all over my glove, like, I mean, an absolute launch it. And he burst out laughing, and I looked at it, and I just started laughing as well. I wasn't like that now, but I was like, I got down to my goal, so I ran to my goal, and I was like, fuck, what am I I couldn't get it off. So I was like trying to get the attention of the kid. Man, get us another pair of gloves. He fucking brought me another pair of gloves, dude.
Did he?
Oh, he done me a belter.
Big woolly ones.
I've been better off with them.
Eventually.
Aye, but an absolute cracker. Aye, so no, so that was the old Vaseline. But nah, going back to, I probably would be just saying to younger ones just to relax and play their normal game. Believe in like their ability, but when you're a senior player on the pitch, I think you've got a responsibility as well of you taking responsibility on the pitch, a bit of onus on you. Just trying to control the game, and again, make sure talking's so important, especially in these big games as well. Like you've got to be vocal, you've got to coach players through the game and talk them through it, and I think that's so important. And I noticed that on, actually, as I say, I mentioned Aaron Muirhead, I noticed, because I was in the gantry and it was quite close to the pitch.
Could you hear him?
Oh, like all the time. And as I say, the chairman mentioned to me that Penman was getting so much Aaron being there. Aaron's the right centre half and he's the right back. And we're just talking to him all the time, and I could hear him constantly talking. And it's like,
shut the fuck up.
But we said it before, it is a dying art. Nobody talks as much as he used to. Yep. Like I used to scream when I was backing goals, like so. But again, it's I think just going and almost normalising as much as you can, because they are big games and people will be anxious. Of course, they will be. It's natural to be anxious, but it's okay to be anxious as well. But go and just play your normal game, like.
Do you know what? Almost, I like the underdog thing.
Aye.
So if you could play it that.
Totally. Everyone's expecting
Champions,
us, right?
They're expected to come and scud you here.
Aye. They're coming to
fire in the belly.
Aye, it is. So there's loads of different ways, but I'm sure the boys will be up for it no matter what. They'll be absolutely looking forward to it and want to.
Even on a personal thing, as a man, you got to have a bit about you, innit? You don't. Nobody that plays football doesn't. I don't think. You have. It's in them.
But you've got to want to play in these big games, like. I know people get nervous and stuff, and we spoke about, like, Steve Swingler's been sick every single game, down to nerves. But you've also got to enjoy the nerves. Do you know the games I didn't enjoy was when
you weren't nervous.
I was always slightly nervous going into any game, but like, see when I like felt as if there was nothing to play for. I remember playing a few, when you're in that bottom six and you can't move anywhere, and they're like absolute dead rubbers. It was so flat, so boring. It felt like a friendly. There was just nothing about it, and it's like they're the ones you don't enjoy. But you go and you play in the big matches, and that's the ones that, like, yes, you're nervous walking out, but
sharp.
Then, you're switched on, you're loving it, and then you start to relax into it and feel this is the ones I want to be. This is why you play football, is to have these big games. So hopefully the guys can embrace it at the weekend. Pretty sure they will. Crowd, get out there, get behind them. Get to Galabank on Saturday, support the whole club, the team. The boys need it. Anything else before we wrap up, Peter?
No, I think that's good, mate.
All good.
That's caught us up 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks worth, sorry.
We had a lot of filming when we were on holiday, didn't we? So big challenges. And you've got a trophy in your trophy cabinet at home, have you?
It's a lonely trophy. It's on the mantelpiece.
But yeah, thanks again for joining us on the Black and Gold Review Show. And until the next time, we'll see you then.